Only a few short hours remain before something begins to unfold in your life. And I am speaking now because you were not meant to face it unaware. Do not turn away. Hear these words all the way through, because what I am about to tell you carries weight that can change the direction of your days. You are not hearing this by accident. I see every step you have taken today, every thought that crossed your mind, every quiet doubt about whether I am still with you. I am with you now more than ever. These next hours are not ordinary time. They are a narrow window where your attention and your response will matter deeply. If you stay close to me, I will guide you through what is coming and shield what you cannot see. I am asking you, gently but urgently, to pause and listen with your whole heart. I do not plead without reason. When I speak with this kind of urgency, it is because something is approaching that will touch your life, and I care too much to let it find you unprepared. You may not understand everything yet. That is all right. I see the whole picture, and I know what stands ahead of you. I am not trying to frighten you. I am preparing you, steadying you, keeping your feet from stumbling in a place you have never walked before. You have been distracted, and I say that with love, not judgment. Life has pulled you in many directions. Louder voices have made it easy to miss the quiet one inside you, but that quiet voice has been mine. I watched you hesitate. I watched you move on too quickly when something important was trying to reach you. This time you stayed, and that choice matters more than you know. I honor even this small act of trust, because I know what it cost you to stop wandering and be still. Something is shifting, and it is closer than you think. It is not something to fear, but it is something to take seriously. What has been hidden will begin to show itself. What has been confusing will start to make sense. I need you grounded and aware, so that when it happens, you do not react out of panic or confusion. Stay near to me, and I will keep your mind calm and your spirit steady, the way deep water stays still even when wind troubles the surface. If you believe I am speaking to you in this moment, declare your Amen now. Perhaps a part of you wonders if these words are truly for you, or if you are only imagining it. Let me settle that question. I am speaking to you because you were chosen to hear this at this exact hour. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked, even if life has made you feel that way. I have been guiding you in seasons when you thought you walked alone. Every delay, every pause, every redirection has carried a purpose you are only now becoming ready to understand. These next hours are not about dread. They are about awareness. Something may come to your attention, or a situation may reveal itself in a way that surprises you. When that happens, do not react quickly. Do not speak in haste. Do not let fear make your decisions for you. Come back to me in that moment, even silently, and I will show you your next step. One unhurried breath in my presence is worth more than 100 rushed words. There is strength inside you that you have not fully used. I placed it there for moments exactly like this one. You are not weak, even if you have felt tired. You are not unprepared, even if things feel uncertain. I have been building you quietly, teaching you through everything you have lived, shaping your heart to trust me more deeply than before. What is coming will not destroy you. It will reveal truth. And truth has always been your friend, even when it arrives without warning. Sometimes clarity comes suddenly, and it can feel shocking because it breaks what you were used to believing. But that breaking is necessary so truth can stand upright in your life. I will not let harm reach you while you stay close to me, and I will not allow confusion to rule your mind. You are protected even now in ways you cannot measure. My presence surrounds you, My hand rests over your life like a roof over a house in the rain. I know what you have been carrying quietly, the worry you have not spoken aloud to anyone. You do not have to carry it alone anymore. I am stepping closer to you in this hour. Let yourself feel that closeness instead of pushing it away as you have before. Walking away again would only delay what you are meant to understand, and you have already lost enough clarity to the times you turned aside. Notice how your heart has quieted, even a little since you chose to remain. That settling is not coincidence. It is what happens when a soul stops running and turns toward the voice that has been calling it. You were made to know this stillness. It has been waiting for you longer than you have been avoiding it. So stay with me now. Let the noise of the day fall silent around these words. What unfolds in the coming hours will not be random, and you will not face it blind. I have seen it from far off, and I have already prepared your way through it. Even if it feels intense for a moment, it will not last forever. I will carry you through it step by step, and I will not leave your side. Trust me in this, even when your mind argues. Your mind sees only the road behind you. I see the road ahead. Now let me tell you what these hours hold. There is something that has been forming quietly in your life, and it has reached the point where it can no longer stay hidden. It may be tied to a decision, a person, or a situation that has felt unclear for a long time. You have sensed that something was not fully right. You did not have the whole picture, so you kept moving. Now the picture is coming together, and what once confused you will soon make sense. When it becomes clear, your first reaction may rise from emotion. Do not follow it. Your true strength lives in stillness. Take a breath before you speak, before you act, before you decide anything at all. That small pause is not weakness. It is the doorway through which my wisdom enters. In that quiet second, I will show you the right way forward, and you will move without regret trailing behind you. You have been tested in smaller ways before, and every one of those moments taught you something, even when it did not feel like teaching. You are not stepping into unfamiliar ground. You are stepping into something you have been trained for without knowing it. Nothing you have lived through was wasted. Not the closed doors, not the delays, not the seasons that seemed to circle without arriving anywhere. Each one was a stone laid in the road that brought you here. There may be a truth that comes forward and changes how you see someone or something. That change may sit uncomfortably at first, but it is necessary. You cannot walk forward in truth while your hands are full of illusions. I am removing what does not belong so you can receive what does. This is not loss. This is protection wearing clothes you did not expect. Do not hold on to things simply because they are familiar. Familiar does not always mean right. Sometimes you stay in situations because they are known, even when they quietly wear you down. Be honest with yourself in this hour. What you are shown clearly, you must not pretend you did not see. Denial will keep you circling the same ground. Truth will set your feet on a new road. My precious child, there is also a deeper trust I am building in you. It is easy to trust when life is calm and predictable. Real trust is formed when things feel uncertain, and you still choose to stay near me. That is the kind of trust that carries a person through anything, and you are growing into it right now, in this very moment, simply by continuing to listen. Say your amen aloud if your heart receives these words. Pay attention to what you feel in your spirit as things unfold. A settled peace or a quiet unease. These signals are not random. They are part of how I guide you. Your spirit often recognizes truth before your mind can explain it. When a thought keeps returning to you, do not swat it away. It is returning because there is something in it you need to look at. Bring it to me, and I will help you understand what it means. You may notice your emotions rising like a sudden tide when clarity arrives. That is natural. Let the wave pass through you without letting it steer you. Emotions are honest messengers, but poor masters. Feel them fully, then set them down, and return to the calm I am holding open for you. Decisions made inside that calm will stand. Decisions made inside the storm will need to be unmade later, at a higher cost. Guard your thoughts in these hours. Your mind can become your strongest ally or your heaviest burden, depending on what you allow to live there. Do not let fear pull up a chair at your table. Do not let doubt speak louder than my voice. If something feels overwhelming, stop, be still, and turn your attention back to me. I will steady your thinking the way a hand steadies a lamp, so its light falls where it should. You have reacted too quickly before, and you remember what it cost. Confusion. Words you wished you could take back. Days spent repairing what haste had broken. I remind you of this, not to shame you, but to free you from repeating it. This time you will pause. This time you will breathe. This time you will listen before you move. That single difference will change how everything unfolds. Not everything that feels shocking comes to harm you. Often what feels shocking is simply truth stepping out from where it was hidden. It may be uncomfortable to look at, but it is working for your good. I am clearing confusion from your path so you can walk forward with clear eyes, even if the clearing itself feels intense while it happens. Be mindful, too, of who you speak with while this is unfolding. Not everyone around you will understand what you are walking through, and that is all right. This moment is between you and me. You do not owe anyone an explanation for what I am doing in your life. Some things are meant to stay quiet while they are still forming, the way seed stays buried while it takes root. Speaking too soon can scatter what needed stillness to grow. There is a question you have been carrying, one you have never quite said aloud. You have wondered why certain paths stayed blocked, why certain answers never came, why some things felt wrong without reason. What unfolds in these hours is connected to that question. It does not come randomly. It comes as part of an answer that has been forming longer than you realize. And remember this, for the hours ahead and for all the days after them. What I reveal because you are ready. I do not hand my children burdens they cannot lift, and I do not show them truth they cannot bear. If you are seeing it, you are able to face it. If you are facing it, I am beside you. Nothing about this moment has slipped outside my hands, and nothing about you has slipped outside my love. There is a pattern around you that has been repeating, and you have started to notice it even if you have not fully named it. Situations that look different on the surface keep leading to the same kind of ending, and it has left you weary and wondering. That is not coincidence, and it is not bad fortune. It is a cycle that has been quietly building for a long time. I am breaking that cycle now by bringing it into the light. Once you see it clearly, it loses its grip on you. The trouble I have been warning you about is connected to that very pattern. It is not a sudden thing without cause. It has been forming step by step. Every ignored feeling, every rushed choice, every moment you picked comfort over truth added one more stone to its weight. I am not blaming you. I am showing you the road so you can step off it before it reaches its breaking point. You still have time. That is why I am speaking now instead of after the damage is done. My child, I am asking you to place a portion of what you have, something of real weight, upon the altar of this work, as gold laid on the scales of this calling. Let it be a seed sown into deep water, an offering set on stone, not held back in fear. This is proof that your trust rests in my hand to provide, and that your heart no longer clings to lack. What you release in faith does not leave your life. It moves ahead of you into the harvest I am preparing. Now hear what else I must show you. There is a decision in front of you, or a path you are about to follow, that carries consequences you cannot see from where you stand. You may think it is small, harmless, just another ordinary step in an ordinary day. It is not. Behind it waits a chain of events, and once that chain begins to move, it is hard to stop. That is why I am interrupting you now. I need you to look deeper than what sits in front of your eyes and trust that I see what you cannot. You have felt a strange uneasiness lately, and you have tried to push it aside. You told yourself it was tiredness, or too much on your mind. But deep down you know there is more to it. That feeling is your spirit recognizing that something is not right. I have been reaching for your attention in small ways, and now I am speaking plainly because the hour is shorter than you think. Do not dismiss again what I have placed inside you to protect you. There is a specific place in your life where you have been ignoring your inner voice. You felt the hesitation. You felt the pause. But you kept moving because continuing seemed easier than stopping. That is exactly where the danger is connected. Go back in your thoughts and find the moment you felt that warning rise in you. That is the place where you must be careful. That is where the shift needs to happen. Understand something important about who you are. You are chosen, and because you are chosen, there are forces that would rather see you stumble than rise. Not everything around you is what it appears to be, and not everyone near you carries good intentions toward you. I have been shielding you in ways you never saw, turning aside things that could have already gone wrong. But protection works best when you listen and move with wisdom. I am asking for your cooperation, not your fear. This is not punishment. This is protection, and you must understand the difference. Punishment closes doors to wound you. Protection closes doors to spare you. When you feel the interruption, the delay, the sudden change of plans, do not curse it. What feels like interruption is often rescue. What feels like confusion is often my hand redirecting you around a pit you never saw dug in your path. The tragedy I am turning you from is not your inheritance. It was never written over your life as a final word. It is simply what waits at the end of a road I am asking you not to walk. There is a person, a habit, or a situation that has been draining you rather than building you. You feel lighter when you are away from it, and heavier when you're near it, and you have been ignoring that contrast. Stop ignoring it. Your spirit has been telling you the truth all along. You are entering a season where separation will protect you. It may feel uncomfortable at first, because you have grown used to what you have been holding. But I am creating distance for a reason, and that reason is your safety and your future. Sometimes what looks like losing something is actually being released from something, before it costs you what you could not afford to pay. There is also a shift needed within you. You have been moving too quickly in certain corners of your life, deciding without sitting still long enough to hear my voice. I am calling you into a slower pace, not to delay your progress, but to protect your direction. Speed without guidance leads to wreckage. Patience with awareness leads to peace. Let this be the hour you choose to move with intention instead of impulse, and you will feel the difference in everything your hands touch. Trust that what I remove, I replace. Not always quickly and not always in the shape you expect, but always with something that fits the person you are becoming, rather than the person you were. My hand is not empty when it takes. It takes with one motion and gives with the next. You will see this for yourself soon enough, and when you do, you will understand why the letting go had to come first. For now, your part is simple, though it is not easy. Stay awake to what I have shown you. Keep your steps unhurried and your heart honest. When the moment of decision arrives, you will not need to guess, because you will recognize it, and you will remember these words standing beside you in it. That remembrance is itself a shield. Few things protect a person like truth heard at the right hour and held on to when the hour comes. There is a shift happening in your surroundings, and it is going to reveal the true nature of what stands near you. People, situations, and opportunities will begin to show their real intentions. Some will align with your growth. Others will make it plain that they do not belong in your next season. Do not fear that exposure. It is necessary for your protection. You cannot carry everything forward, and you were never meant to. You may feel a sense of loss as certain things begin to fall away. That feeling will not last. What you are losing is not your foundation. It is what was resting on top of your foundation without ever being secure. I am clearing space so your life can stand on something solid. It may feel unsteady while the clearing happens, but you will understand it fully once the work is complete. Nothing essential is being taken from you. You may notice that certain plans are not moving the way you expected. That is not failure, and it is not rejection. It is redirection. I am closing paths that would have led you straight into the very situation I warned you about. What you see as delay is me placing a barrier between you and harm. One day you will stand on the other side of this season and thank me for every door that would not open, because you will finally see what was waiting behind it. There is a lesson here to carry with you for the rest of your days. Not every opportunity is meant to be taken. Not every open door is meant to be entered. Some doors stand open the way a trap stands open. Discernment is what keeps you from stepping into places that look bright from the outside but lead to sorrow. I am teaching you to pause, to feel, and to listen before you act. This is how a person moves through life with wisdom instead of regret. Do not try to hold on to what is leaving. When something keeps slipping away despite your effort, that is its answer. Holding tighter will only bruise your hands and delay what needs to happen. Letting go is not defeat. It is making room. What is truly meant for you will never require you to force it, chase it, or beg it to stay. What is mine to give you comes with peace attached, and it stays without being gripped. Someone may approach you soon with words that sound convincing, or a situation may present itself as a chance too good to ignore. Remember what you have heard here. Do not let excitement override your discernment. Not everything that shines was made for your hands. Weigh what is offered slowly. If it demands an answer this instant, that demand itself is your warning. Truth is patient. Deception is always in a hurry. You have a natural ability to sense when something is off, but you have often doubted it. You questioned your own knowing and trusted louder voices instead. That ends now. The quiet knowing inside you is not something to silence. It is something to respect, because I placed it there. When it aligns with peace, follow it. When unease rises without a reason your mind can name, slow down anyway. Your spirit reads what your eyes miss. There is also a need to guard your words in this season. Not everything you feel needs to be spoken. and not every thought needs an audience. Some things must stay within you while they are still forming. Speaking too quickly can expose what is not ready and invite opinions that were never meant to shape your path. Silence in the right moment is not emptiness, it is armor. I will show you when to speak and when to hold your peace. My beloved, you have been strong for a long time. Even when you felt anything but strong, you kept moving when stopping would have been easier. You carried burdens no one around you ever noticed, and you did it without applause. None of that escaped me. Not one day of it. That endurance was not pointless suffering. It was the forging of the very steadiness you are going to need in the days ahead, and it is already yours. Consider how gold is refined. It is not polished into purity. It is passed through fire, and the fire does not destroy it. The fire only separates it from what was never gold to begin with. That is what this season is doing in you. What burns away was never truly yours. What remains when the heat passes is the real substance of who I made you to be, and it will shine without effort. So release your grip on the familiar shape of things. Life as you knew it is being rearranged, not ruined. The ground may feel like it is moving, but it is moving toward order, not away from it. A field must be turned over before it can receive seed. A house must be swept before a feast. What feels like upheaval today is making room for a settledness you have not yet known, and it is closer than it appears. Notice, too, how some people begin to respond to you differently. A few may grow distant. Others may seem uneasy around you without a clear reason. This is not because you have done something wrong. It is because you are changing, and change unsettles what was comfortable with the old you. When you grow, not every connection can follow. What no longer fits will drift on its own. Let it drift. You do not have to push anyone away or explain your becoming. And through all of this, keep your peace guarded like a well in a dry land. Not every dispute deserves your voice. Not every disturbance deserves your attention. You have been spending yourself on things that return nothing, and I am teaching you to be selective with where your strength goes. Your peace is not a small thing. It is the ground every good decision grows from. Protect it, and it will protect you. Now I must teach you the difference between fear and guidance, because in the hours ahead you will need to tell them apart. Fear is not always a warning. Sometimes it is a distraction dressed as caution. It makes you hesitate when you should move and rush when you should wait. My guidance is different. It arrives with a calm clarity, even when the decision is hard. Fear presses and confuses. Peace settles and directs. Learn to follow the peace. You are also learning the worth of stillness. For years you have felt the need to keep moving, keep doing, keep managing every outcome with your own two hands. But stillness is where clarity is found. When you pause and let yourself listen, you begin to hear what actually matters beneath the noise of what merely shouts. That stillness is not empty time. It is the room where I meet you. Enter it daily and you will never walk far from my voice. Be attentive to the places you enter as well. Not every place carries the same spirit, and not every space is meant for you. Notice how you feel when you cross certain thresholds. If heaviness settles on you without cause, take it as a signal to be careful. If peace meets you at the door, receive it. Your surroundings shape you more than you know, and part of wisdom is choosing where you plant your feet. There is a conversation you may need to step away from, or a situation you need to quietly leave. You already know which one, because it has crossed your mind more than once while these words reached you. that knowing is not coming from nowhere. I placed it in you so you could act before things escalate. Sometimes protection looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like walking away without announcing it. You are permitted to leave what endangers your soul. You are entering a season where your boundaries will become clearer. You will say no where you once said yes out of obligation. You will step back where you once pressed forward out of habit. This is not coldness. It is wisdom finally being given room. Boundaries are not walls built to keep love out. They are fences that mark where your garden begins, so that what you are growing is not trampled. Let your amen rise now as a sign of your trust in me. Do not be surprised when doubt circles back and whispers that you imagined all of this, that these words were meant for someone else, that nothing is really shifting. Doubt always arrives after truth, trying to collect what truth has planted. Do not hand it the harvest. What you have heard today brought peace, and peace is my signature. Fear signs its name in pressure and panic. Check the signature, and you will know who is speaking. There will be moments where you feel tested, and I want you to see them rightly. They are not sent to break you. They are opportunities for your trust to put down deeper roots. Every time you choose to listen instead of ignore, to pause instead of lunge, to trust instead of grasp, the cord between us grows stronger. That cord will hold you steady in weather that once would have thrown you to the ground. Remember also that you do not have to face everything alone, and you were never designed to. Strength is not handling every burden by yourself until your back gives way. Strength is knowing where to set the burden down. Bring me the matters too heavy for you. Leave them with me longer than a moment. The shoulders that carry the heavens are not strained by the weight of your worries. Those you love, the ones you carry in prayer, are not outside my sight either. I know how much of your heart walks around outside your own body, living in the lives of others. You cannot shield them from everything, and you were never asked to. But your prayers for them are not falling to the floor. Each one is received, weighed, and answered in ways you will not always see from where you stand. Entrust them to me daily, and release the weight of outcomes you were never meant to control. There's something you have been asking for, even if you never said it aloud. I have heard it. I am working on it. But it cannot arrive until certain things are cleared out first, the way a harvest cannot be gathered into a storehouse still full of last year's chaff. What feels like delay is my ordering of events for your good. When it comes, you will be glad it came at the hour it did and not a day sooner. Take care of yourself in a deeper way in this season, not only in body but in soul. You've been pouring out for others, sometimes far past what you had to give, and calling the emptiness afterward normal. It is not normal. Even the strongest vessel must return to the spring. Come back to the quiet. Come back to these words. Come back to me. When you are filled, everything you touch receives from your fullness instead of your fumes. And understand this about the timing of your life. Nothing assigned to you has been given to another. No one can take what I have written for your hands. And no slowness on the road can cause you to miss what carries your name. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where the road was always going to pass, and the road knows where it is going. So keep walking at the pace of peace. Refuse the urgency that does not come from me. The world around you rewards speed and calls it strength, but I am showing you a different way. The one who trusts does not have to hurry. Move when I say move. Rest when I say rest. This rhythm will carry you further than rushing ever did, and it will carry you there whole. When the moment of clarity arrives, and it will arrive, here is how you are to walk through it. You may see something, hear something, or suddenly understand something that changes how you view a situation entirely. Do not resist it, even if it challenges what you believed before. You cannot unsee what has been revealed, and you are not meant to. Truth is your protection. When you accept it, you step into alignment with what is right, and everything false loses its claim on you. Your emotions may surge in that moment, and that is natural. Let them move through you like weather through a valley. The valley does not chase the storm, and it does not become the storm. It lets the storm pass and remains a valley. Return to calm before you respond to anyone or decide anything. Your strength has never been in reacting quickly. It is in responding wisely, and wisdom waits for the air to clear. There may be a strong urge to speak at once, to explain, to confront, to defend yourself. Hold your tongue a little longer. Words released in high emotion travel far and cannot be called home. Silence in the right moment is not weakness. It is power under command. When your mind is clear and your heart is steady, I will show you what to say and when to say it, and your words will land like rain instead of hail. Afterward, there will be a quiet settling inside you, even while your thoughts are still arranging themselves. That calm is not accident. It is my presence restoring your balance. You are not meant to remain in shock or confusion. You are meant to pass through revelation into understanding, and through understanding into peace. Let the calm grow. Do not keep returning to the moment of impact to feel it again. The lesson is yours. The sting is not required. Do not be hard on yourself for not seeing things sooner. You were not ready before, and that is why it stayed hidden. Now that you are ready, it has been shown. That is not failure on your part. That is timing on mine. I do not reveal truths to wound my children. I reveal them at the hour when the truth can heal instead of harm. And this is that hour for you. You may feel a wish to return to how things were, simply because the old shape of life felt easier to hold. But you cannot go back to what you now see clearly, and in your deepest heart, you do not want to. Going back would mean closing your eyes on purpose, and no one rests well with their eyes forced shut. The new ground may feel strange under your feet, but strange is not wrong. Every promised land feels foreign in the first season. Notice what is already changing in you. Situations that once shook you are losing their power to shake. Words that once wounded you are landing softer. You are not becoming cold. You are becoming rooted. A tree with shallow roots trembles at every wind, but a tree that has driven its roots deep drinks from waters the storm cannot touch. That is what has been happening beneath your surface all this time. Your desires themselves are shifting, have you noticed? Things that once felt urgent now feel small. Things you once chased no longer call to you. That is not confusion. That is my hand adjusting your appetite to match your assignment. What you needed before is not what you need now. Growth always rewrites the list of what matters, and your list is being rewritten by someone who knows what your future requires. You are also seeing your relationships with new eyes. It is becoming plain who strengthens you and who depletes you, who celebrates your growth and who quietly resents it. This clarity may bring some ache with it, but you cannot build what is ahead of you while carrying what belongs behind you. Bless what was, release what is leaving, and make room for what is coming. Not every companion on the first road is meant for the second. And when you look back on this season, you will not remember it as the time everything fell apart. You will remember it as the time everything fell into place. The pieces that scattered were never load-bearing. The people who left were finished with their part. The plans that dissolved were making way for plans that fit. From where you stand now, it looks like ending after ending. From where I stand, it is one long beginning. There is a gratitude that will begin to rise in you as the picture completes itself. You may not feel it fully yet, but it will come as you begin to see how differently things could have gone. There were turns you almost took. There were doors you almost entered. When you finally understand what stood behind them, your relief will turn to thankfulness, and your thankfulness will turn to a deeper trust than warnings alone could ever have built in you. Protection, you are learning, rarely announces itself. Often it looks like a plan that collapsed, an answer that never came, a person who walked away without explanation. You called some of those moments disappointments. Heaven recorded them as rescues. You will never know the full count of what never reached you, and you do not need to know. It is enough to know that you were never once outside my keeping, not for an hour, not for a breath. Hold steady then, a little longer. You are nearer to the clearing than you were when these words began, and nearer than you will believe until you step into it. What remains of the shaking is brief. What follows the shaking is yours to keep. I have not brought you through all of this to abandon you at the threshold. The same voice that called you to stay is the voice that will call you forward, and it does not grow faint. Now hear what waits for you on the other side of these hours. You are stepping into a season where your life will feel more aligned than it has in years. Things will begin to make sense in ways they did not before. What felt scattered will gather. What felt uncertain will settle. This is not wishful thinking. It is the natural result of the shift that has already taken place within you while you listened. You are not the same person who almost turned away. New opportunities will come, and they will feel different from the ones that came before. They will not arrive wrapped in pressure or confusion. They will come with a sense of peace and rightness, and that is how you will recognize them as mine. Learn that feeling well. It is the seal I place on what I send. Anything that must rush you, corner you, or frighten you into agreement did not come from my hand. A quiet confidence is growing in you, and it will keep growing. Not the loud kind that performs for others, but the steady kind that comes from knowing you can hear my voice and follow it. In moments where you once froze, you will move. In moments where you once scrambled, you will be still. Others will notice the difference before you do. They will ask what changed in you, and you will find the answer is not a what, but a who. Your steps from here do not need to be perfect. They need to be guided. You will not receive the whole map, because the map would make you trust the paper instead of the guide. You will receive enough light for the step in front of you, and when you take that step, light for the next. This is how I have always led those I love. Not by satisfying every question, but by being worthy of trust in every unknown. There will still be days when the old patterns knock at your door, wearing familiar faces, speaking familiar words. You will feel the tug of what used to be, but you can see them now for what they are, and seeing is more than half of freedom. Each time you choose the new way over the new way grows stronger and the old grip grows weaker. You are not the same soil you were. What once took root in you easily will find no purchase now. Remember the difference between what is urgent and what is important. Much will shout for your attention that deserves none of it. The truly important things rarely shout. They wait, faithful and quiet, for you to turn toward them. Your task is to turn toward them daily. Keep the first things first, and the last things will order themselves behind them like travelers falling into line behind a lantern. My child, we have walked a long road together in these few moments, and yet this road did not begin today. I have been beside you through every mile you thought you walked alone. The difference now is that you know it. Awareness has opened your eyes, and eyes once opened do not easily close again. Carry that awareness into your ordinary days, into your work, your rest, your dealings with the ones you love. It will serve you in rooms these words will never reach. Guard what you have received in this hour. Do not let the coming week wear it thin, or the opinions of others talk you out of it. What was given to you here was not entertainment. It was equipment. Return to it when the path darkens. Recall it when doubt raises its voice. Speak of it sparingly and live from it generously, and it will keep proving itself true as the days unfold in front of you. The trouble that stood ahead of you has lost its footing because you stayed and listened. That does not mean you may now grow careless. Protection continues where attention continues. Remain awake. Remain soft toward my voice and firm toward everything that would pull you from it. The same watchfulness that carried you through these hours will carry you through the years, and it costs you nothing but your willingness. Hold on also to what you have learned about seasons. Nothing fruitful stays in blossom forever, and nothing barren stays barren forever under my care. There will be seasons of gathering and seasons of letting the field rest. Seasons when my voice sounds near, and seasons when your trust must walk without the sound of it. None of these mean I have moved. The sun does not abandon the earth at nightfall. It is only preparing the next morning on the far side of the dark. Be generous in the season you are entering, not only with what fills your hands, but with what fills your heart. Speak the encouraging word you once withheld. Show the patience you once ran out of. Forgive more quickly than feels fair. A life that has been protected and guided is meant to become shelter and guidance for others. And as you give what you have received, you will find it multiplying in the giving, the way bread multiplied in baskets long ago. And when you rise from this moment and step back into your day, go as a person who has been told the truth and believed it. Let your face be calm in front of things that used to shake you. Let your answers be slow and your peace be quick. The ones around you are thirsty for the steadiness you now carry. You do not need to preach to them. Simply be evidence. A lamp does not argue with the darkness. It burns. Do not measure the worth of this hour by how you feel tomorrow. Feelings rise and fall like tides, but what was planted here does not depend on them. It will keep working in you quietly, beneath your notice, the way roots work beneath a field in winter. I am not leaving when these words end. My voice will go quiet, but my presence will not go anywhere. I will be there in the stillness you have learned to enter, in the peace that signs my name, in the knowing that rises when you face your next crossroad. You were called to hear this, you stayed to receive it, and now you are sent to live it. Walk in what you have heard. I am with you in the morning and in the dark, in the sowing and in the harvest, now and at every hour to come. Seal these words with your amen and walk in my peace.
We run on viewer support only. For exclusive member-only content, scan the QR or see the pinned comment. God bless you.